Hello and welcome to the Total Entertainment Podcast from me, Paul Collis, and today we're going to take a look at the supporting artists, the Lathums, who are supporting Kasabian. Let's get on it, shall we? The Lathums are an English indie band from Wigan, Greater Manchester. They are formed of singer, songwriter and guitarist Alex Moore, lead guitarist Scott Conception and drummer Ryan Durrans, and are managed by Alfie Skelly. The original lineup included bassist Johnny Conliffe before his departure from the group in October 2022. They formed in April 2018, having met at the Music Project in the local district of Pemberton after they chose to place them in the same project group, and within a year they signed with Island Records. They released their debut album How Beautiful Life Can Be on the 24th of September 2021, and it debuted at number 1 on the UK Albums Chart on the 1st of October 2021. So their discography is How Beautiful Life Can Be, released on the 24th of September 2021 under Island Records, and their second studio album is From Nothing to a Little Bit More, which will be released on the 24th of February in 2023 under Island Records. And they've done 2 live records, Live from Sefton Park, which was released on the 2nd of June in 2021 under Island Records, and Live at the Blackpool Tower on the 12th of June, released on the 12th of June 2021 under yet again Island Records. And we've got some EPs, Up Fuck Lathum, obviously with on-the-outs and whatnot, so that was released on the 14th of August 2019. The Lathums released on the 24th of September 2019. Fight On released 24th of January 2020. The Memories We Make released on the 26th of June 2020. Ghosts released on the 30th of October 2020. And How Beautiful Life Can Be Sides. Oh, very clever that. Released on the 23rd of September 2021. And their singles are Artificial Screens, The Great Escape, Villainous Victorian in 2018. 2019 you had The Place That Owe Yours, Crying Out, and I Know That Much. And in 2020 they released Fight On, The Snake, All My Life, I See Your Ghosts. And 2021 they released How Beautiful Life Can Be, The Great Escape, 2021 Master, I'll Get By, and Krampus. And in 2022 so far they've released Sad Face Baby and Say My Name. Right, so now we've had a little bit of background from both Kasabian and the Lathums. So now we've listened to a little bit of background on the Lathums, we're going to get straight onto their performance. We'll be back after this. A tribute to men that hate their jobs is a brutal but witty portrayal of working a job you hate. In this podcast there are themes explored in which happy workers simply wouldn't understand unless they listened to these cautionary tales from a man that lost his ideal job because of the global pandemic. Be warned that this podcast contains strong, offensive language that some listeners may not want to hear. In addition, this podcast is definitely not recommended for younger audiences. The links for this is in the description below. And we're back. The Lathums, well, they were set up down at stage centre, so in front of a black kabuki, and that basically gave them the front proportion of the stage, so the first quarter of the stage, shall we say, for argument's sake. And they kept within the centre, so they stayed near enough rooted to the same position. There wasn't much movement from the band, which some bands like to do, other bands don't. Other bands like to run around, but hey, that's how it goes. Anyways, I digress. At the back of their little setup, you had all their amplifiers for the guitars on their own personalised flight cases, which I thought was a nice little touch, especially if you're not got a logo on your backdrop, because it's not your backdrop. No, because the kabuki belongs to Kasabian. But, you know, each to their own. But no, it was a nice little effect that they had going. The lighting for their set was basic, and it was deliberately kept basic because it was Kasabian's lighting rig. So they didn't have much full lighting. Well, downstage there wasn't much. You had the two side booms, stage left and stage right, and they had a handful of spot units from the vertical plane trusses. So they had a spotlight on each of those first squares, and an LED strobe flood unit on each run of truss as well. Then on the front of house trusses, they had a few moving light spots for a bit of face light, and then they had all the other units on that front of house bar pointing into the audience. So yeah, again, every part of their set was a basic lighting setup. The lights are near enough static on the stage because they just wanted to be seen, and the remainder of the lights, they were just being blasted into the audience to give them a nice dancey atmosphere and feel to it, which it worked really well because you had a lot of movement from the audience, but we'll get onto that in a moment. Now, sound wise, they had a seriously good sound engineer. I mean, properly good. I mean, we're talking about serious gold standard, definitely 22 karat gold standard on the clarity, because it was a nice balanced mix. You could hear absolutely every instrument and every vocal, nothing competing with each other but blending in very, very nicely, and it was just very good and easy on the ears to listen to, and the volume was a good volume as well. Performance wise, the Lathums had a really good stage presence, which had the audience dancing away from start through to the finish, and coming from me who hasn't heard any of their songs, I thought they did really well. Good vocal ability with the lead singer, and great skills on the instruments, on the guitars and the drums. Very great, very well rehearsed, and very sharp. Very sharp. It was a very good surprise, to be honest, because when you come across a support band that you haven't heard of, then you're always umming and erring, see how, are they good? The first few songs weren't great, but unlike that, the Lathums were the complete opposite. They had a very strong set, they played their songs very well, and everyone enjoyed themselves, from the band to the audience and to the crew as well. You could tell that there was a great atmosphere on stage and in that arena as well, and the audience, they loved them. They really loved them. Every song had a cheer, people yet again dancing, and some people singing along. So that is the best reaction that any support artist can get. It definitely goes to show that they are on their way to becoming a very good headline act. Only time will tell, but I don't think it'll be too much more time before they can. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, please hit like, subscribe and share. And if you haven't already done so, why not check out more content from Muscle X Media by clicking the link in the description below, and we shall catch you next time. Bye for now.